Dimensional storage. This skill will allow the user to store items into its shadow storage. As long as there is a shadow nearby, you can take out and put in items as you wish. This includes your very own shadow underneath your feet. If only I had this skill sooner, Quinn thought. While Quinn's system allowed him to store crystals and specific ability books inside, it did not allow him to store anything else. So the dimensional storage was a great skill to have. Shadow Control Level 1 allows the user to control their own shadow. The description was short and didn't really reveal much. Even if he could control his own shadow, what use was that? Quinn then looked at the skills tab again. At the moment, he was able to see 10 skills in total, while the rest were covered. Next to each skill was a number. Shadow Cloak Level 1, 10 skill points to unlock. There were multiple skills, but the Shadow Cloak was the only one that he was able to unlock right now. His excitement got the better of him, and as long as he could unlock the other skills later on, what was there to worry about? You have successfully unlocked Shadow Cloak Level 1. This skill allows you to use your own shadow to surround you into the darkness. Your opponents will struggle to see you depending on their level of perception, best used in the shadow or at night. It wasn't exactly what he was expecting, but it seemed like it was a type of invisibility cloak, one that would work well on beasts that were weak but not those of a higher level. Quinn then stood up from the ground and was ready to test out his skills. He could see that Vorden was still walking around the stadium, seeing if he could find anything. It was hard for Vorden to see due to the lights being broken, and he didn't have the same type of vision as Quinn. That meant the whole room was dark. Perfect. Shadow Cloak activated. -1 MC for every 10 seconds of use. His own shadow below started to lift up from the ground and slowly crept up his body, from his toes to his knees, all the way to the top strands of hair on his head. As Quinn walked around the arena, he could see that his MC stat was like a bar. While using the skill, it was slowly going down. Vorden immediately jumped back and attracted a chair into his hand. Vorden went to repel the chair, throwing it in Quinn's direction. "Hey, wait, it's just me," Quinn said, as he deactivated his skill and could be seen ducked down. "What the hell, Quinn? You almost gave me a heart attack. Do you not remember just seconds ago I was fighting to the death against you?" Vorden complained. "I've been on high alert since." "Sorry," Quinn said, as he let out a little nervous laugh. "But man, you already know how to use the shadow ability already? And that seemed like a skill?" Vorden asked, amazed. "Like I said, when I read that book, it seems like all the information was inserted into my head. All I have to do is think about it, and I can do it." Vorden then walked over towards Quinn and took out his hand. "Do you mind this time?" Vorden asked. "Sure, go ahead." "An ability has been detected. Ability has been blocked." "What's the meaning of this?" Quinn asked inside his head to the AI system. "The system will try its best to do whatever it can to help the user. It will tell you when abilities are being used on you and all sorts." "Can I temporarily cancel the feature?" Quinn asked. "It's not really a feature. It's just informing you of what your vampire body is naturally doing. Besides, even if the boy could copy your ability, he wouldn't be able to use it." "What do you mean?" "That skill book you used is specific for vampire cells. This is the reason why he can't copy it. Your body structures are completely different. But you could always turn him into a blooded one." "Would you like to activate the blood skill ritual?" "Yes? No?" Quinn was wondering what the blood ritual was. After all, there wasn't much information revealed about it. But now that the system was offering for Vorden to become a blooded one, it all became clear to him. It was a ritual that would allow Vorden to turn into some type of vampire. In the end, though, Quinn decided it wasn't his decision to make. "Hey, Vorden, if you had the option, or let's say I could turn you into a vampire, would you?" Quinn asked. "I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything like that, but the answer would be no," Vorden replied. "Being weak for most of the day, sure, it's fine while we're on a planet like this, but besides, what would happen to my ability?" "Yeah, sorry, Vorden, it probably would get rid of your ability," Quinn said. "I just thought I would ask. You might have been one of those types obsessed with vampires." The two of them then started to head down the stadium floor, an area that was designed for combat. They had been looking around the room for an hour now, and it seemed like they were unable to find a place where the portal could be. They needed to make a decision, whether or not to leave the training center and head outside to look for another place. But before deciding any of that, Quinn wanted to get the hang of his new skills. Vorden was also interested and thought he might be able to help, since he had experience with using elemental abilities before. The two continued to do more tests with the dimensional storage. Quinn found out that not only his shadow could be used to gain access to things, but also Vorden shadow or any shadow cast by the wall and buildings. Shadow control level 1 active. Then inside Quinn's mind, something had clicked. He felt like he had a new set of arms he could control. The shadow underneath his legs was alive and could freely move about. He lifted the shadow, and it was like a dark moving mist that continually surrounded him. I guess the skill is limited to just the shadow around you for now. It's like a level 1 Earth ability, said Vorden. I wonder why it needs so many mutant cells to activate and is considered a level 6. Using the shadow around him, Quinn was able to extend it out and lift the small piece of metal that he pulled from his dimension earlier. It was like controlling another person. Well, now that you got the hang of it, you want to spar a little? Vorden asked. Now the two of them stood opposite each other, ready to have a friendly fight. Vorden this time had a couple of metal balls hovering around him instead of spikes. Be careful, Quinn. Although these might not be like the spikes, they can still do a lot of damage. It's alright, Vorden. My body can handle it. Not using his full strength, Vorden repelled the ball at a decent speed, heading towards Quinn. The ball left the shadow wall and slammed right into Quinn's stomach, falling to the ground. Ah! Quinn shouted as he tried to breathe in some air. Well, I wasn't expecting that, Vorden said. Try again, Quinn groaned.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.